If you're looking for a defensively solid tactic in Football Manager this year, I have found the one for you. This is the ultimate 4-2-2, 4-2-4, 4-4-2, whatever you want to call it. It is the Iron Curtain. We'll get straight into it. To kick things off, we are with Bayern Munich, and as you can see, we have won the quadruple. We started off by winning DFL Super Cup by beating Leipzig 3-1 in that final. In the DFB Pokal, we then went on and beat Wolfsburg in the final, but we'll see how we got there. First round, we managed to beat Illertson, butchered that, 2-0. Second round, we then put out Frankfurt 3-1, sorry Luke. Third round, we have managed to beat Hoffenheim 3-0. Quarterfinals, we have then beaten Cottbus 5-1, absolutely demolished them. In the semi-finals, we've then beaten Dortmund 2-0 to then win 2-0 in the final against Wolfsburg. Looking back, we can see we also lifted the Champions League, so we'll see exactly how we got there. We were in Group F, so I'll just quickly show you that. We've topped the group, 3 wins, we beat Antwerp twice, including a 7-0 win away from home. We've beaten Man United, we've drawn with Marseille and Man U, and we've unfortunately lost away from home to Marseille to finish on 11 points, qualifying quite comfortably in the end. From there, in the round of 16, we've managed to beat PSG 5-3 on aggregate, then knocking out Manchester City 5-4 on aggregate, despite losing 3-1 at home in the second leg. We then disposed of Barcelona 4-2 in the semi-finals before then winning 1-0 against Arsenal as we saw in the final. We'll take a quick look at that. Leroy Sané scored the goal in the 53rd minute. As you can see, XG for both teams was pretty poor. We've managed to come out on top, and that is all that matters. Go back to the league, we can see we have won the Bundesliga quite comfortably. We have won 26, drawn 7, lost 1. The one loss came to Freiburg, unfortunately, which was near the end of the season. Harry Kane, second top goals with 24 goals. We've got 3 players up there in the average ratings. Harry Kane, player of the match, is 7 in second place. Neuer with 16 clean sheets tops the charts. We'll now look at the table in full, and we can see we've scored 72 goals and only conceded 17. We've conceded 1 goal every 2 games, which is absolutely phenomenal. We're now going to go and we'll just look at some of the key players of this side. As we will see, Harry Kane, first season in Germany, 41 goals, 2 assists. You know what you're going to get. He's a goal scoring machine. He's a monster. He was always going to score these goals. And the next vital cog in this machine was Joshua Kimmich. 29-year-old German, 2 goals, 15 assists in 40 games. And if we take a look at his form, we can see he was playing as the ball-winning midfielder in the DM role. And he has managed to provide 15 assists for his teammates across the season, which is absolutely phenomenal. Now again, we'll go quickly look at the data hub as we always do. Scored 2.12 goals from an expected 1.72, conceded 0.5 goals per game from an expected 0.64. And then if we just look at the team performance, we can see we're expected to score 66.5 goals, we scored 72, we're expected to get 72.5 points, we got 85, expected first, and as you can see we finished first and won a quadruple. So now we'll get straight into it and we'll go ahead to Scotland. Here we are with Hearts, and as you can see we have won the Viaplay Scottish League Cup. We start off in the second round where we managed to beat Arbroath 3-2, quarterfinals we beat Livingston 2-1, in the semi-finals we beat Falkirk 2-0, and then in that final we have managed to beat Celtic 2-0 to lift a trophy. Unfortunately in the Scottish Cup, however, we lost to Inverness in the 4th round, a lower division side, and in the Conference League we were knocked out in the qualifying rounds by FC20. But what we really want to look at is the Premiership, and as you can see we have won the Premiership, 1 point clear of Celtic, and this is the first time since 1985 when Aberdeen lifted the trophy that a team other than Celtic or Rangers have won the league in Scotland. So an absolutely phenomenal achievement. Won 26 games, drew 9, lost 3. The 3 losses came to Hibs and Motherwell. One it's not shown as will be because it was before the split. Looking at some of the stats, Shankland up there with 14 goals, 4th top goal scorer. Celtic dominated the average ratings, but that means nothing in this. Craig Gordon had 9 clean sheets, and other than that, our players were just alright. They weren't great, but we did what we needed to do. As we can see, we scored 69. We only scored 69 goals, while Celtic scored 100. However, we only conceded 33 goals, and that's why we have clinched this league title. We'll now look at some of the key players, and we will see, for example, Tagawa here, the new boy from Japan. 19 goals, 10 assists in his first season in Scottish football. Absolutely phenomenal. And the man we spoke about earlier, Lawrence Shankland here, the 28-year-old Scotsman, 14 goals, 4 assists from 28 starts. This man will be going to the Euros this summer for Scotland, and I think he should and will start for us. Linked with a move to Rangers this summer, so if he goes there, expect to bang in more goals next year. And lastly, we'll take a quick look at the data hub. We scored 1.82 goals per game from expected 1.4, conceded 0.87 from expected 1.14, so again, overachieving in both aspects there. In terms of team performance, we're expected to get just under 56 goals, we scored 69. We're expected to get 59 points, we got 87. Expected third, we finished first. So there we have it, another successful season with this tactic. We have won the double with Hearts in Scotland, absolutely phenomenal. We'll now take a look at our last team and we'll see how Leeds get on in the Championship. We were terrible in the Cups. Lost to Burnley in the second round of the League Cup, lost in the fourth round to Hull City in the Emirates FA Cup. But as you can see in the league, we have absolutely romped it. Maybe not quite as I said, but we got 101 points, Middlesbrough 4 points behind us, managing to hang on the whole way. Won 30 games, drew 11, lost 5, a goal difference of 58. And if we take a look at the table, we can see we only conceded 37 goals this season in a 46 game season while scoring 95. And then if we look back here, we can see Georgino Rutter was the top goal scorer with 25 goals. Meslier had 21 clean sheets, making him the best goalkeeper in the league. Dan James and Somerville both high up there in the assist numbers. The key players this season for us were Meslier, as we saw, kept 21 clean sheets in 47 games this season, only conceding the 41 goals, absolutely phenomenal for him. And Georgino Rutter, who scored 25 goals and got 4 assists in his 37 starts, absolutely phenomenal for him. In the data hub, as we can see, scored just over 2 goals per game from an expected 1.67, conceded 0.8 per game, which was round about what we were expected to. Looking at the team performance, expected to score 82 goals, we scored 95. Expected to get 88 points, we got 101. Expected first, we finished first. And now, enough waffling, the bit you're all here for, and that is the tactic. So it's been a phenomenal season for both Bayern Munich, Hearts and Leeds. Plenty of trophies won, records broken, but let's see how we did it. So this is the ultimate 4-2-4, 4-4-2, 4-2-2, whatever you want to call it. This is the Iron Curtain. As you can see, we have the flat back 4, 2 defensive midfielders, 2 attacking wide men, 2 strikers. We're on the defensive mentality. In possession, we are going narrow, passing into space, focusing down the left and the right, overlapping both down the left and right. We've got the slightly shorter passing and we are playing at a higher tempo. In the transition, we're counter-pressing, we are countering, and we're distributing that ball quickly. Out of possession, we have the high press, the high line of engagement, much higher defensive line, pressing slightly more often, preventing that goalkeeper distribution, getting stuck in, and we are stepping up more. So it doesn't sound like a defensive tactic, but as you can see, we're on defensive mentality and we are keeping clean sheets, we are keeping it tight at the back. Now running through the players, we will see sweeper keeper here just set to standard on defend. Both fullbacks, left and right, both on attack, both have stay wider and tackle harder as their additional instructions. 2 central defenders, both on defend, both with just tackle harder. The defensive midfielder in the left slot on support with tackle harder. Ball winning midfielder just set as his standard. The winger on the left hand side is a winger on support with tackle harder. On the right hand side we have the inside forward on support with sit narrower and tackle harder. And then the 2 strikers, we have the target forward on attack with shoot less often and tackle harder. We've got him on shoot less often because we want him to just win the ball, hold the ball up for the advance forward, which is where we've seen the likes of Georgino Rutter thrive, and he just has tackle harder as his additional instruction. So there we have it. This has been the ultimate Iron Curtain. If you want a defensive tactic, try it out. And as always, leave a like, share the video, comment down below, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.